All right. Hey, NAI football fans. This is Corey Thorpe here. A little bit of a solo show tonight for this edition of the NAIAFBALL live show presented by Temple Sports and AdCraft USA. AdCraft USA is your custom apparel, merch, and uniform experts. They are the ones who printed this shirt. It's a great quality shirt. I love it. Nice dry fit material. Guys, if you're a coach and you've got a apparel or a uniform contract coming up, give them a call. Check them out. These guys are NAIA made. They love the NAIA. They are the experts in their field, and I have heard nothing but great things about them from the folks they work with. They are professional, they are experts, and they have really good prices. So give them a call at Temple, or give them a DM or an email there at Temple Sports at AdCraft USA. Thank you to AdCraft for powering our video. As you can see, I'm John Cooperless tonight. So let's take a look at the scoreboard for what was definitely an upset Saturday. So we have first Grandview besting Benedictine in one of our games of the week. Benedictine definitely looks better than they did last year, without a doubt. I'm really loving what they have, and I'm really hoping they can bounce back from this. But Grandview was just too much. Less than 5 yards per play for Benedictine. Through a pick. No fumbles lost, but you did have that pick there. Grandview just efficient. Johnny Sullivan, 14 of 23 for 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Jensen Gates for 59 yards leading the rushing attack. For Benedictine, Garrett Kettle, 15 of 32, just needs to be more efficient for 195 yards, 53-yard long, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Rayshawn Mills with 59 yards leading the balanced rushing attack for the Ravens. Man, the upsets came. They came strong, hard, and fast. Texas Wesleyan is the recipient of 5 ACU turnovers, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and that fuels a 35-28 victory for the Rams. Justin, folks quibble with me about the definition of an upset, and the definition of an upset is when you are not ranked as highly as the team that you beat, and this is that. This is an upset. Congratulations, Rams. We'll see for ACU. ACU still got a shot. They got to play Ottawa of Arizona. They've got a long way to go, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight at this point. Eastern Oregon becomes one of 2 teams to go 2-0 in the Frontier. We said that this week in the Frontier was really going to be, going to be a separation, and that's exactly what it was. They beat Montana Western, Western, 35-28. Just a really good game for Eastern Oregon, even though they did not have the better stats on the night. They got it done. They were 1 possession better than Montana Western. It came down to the last second. And really and truly in this game, it was about the hidden yardage, Montana Western just had a little bit further to go per drive than Eastern Oregon did, and Eastern Oregon made the most of it. The other 2-0 team in the Frontier is the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. They upset the Yotes of the College of Idaho 33-30 on a last-second kick, if I remember correctly. Really, in this game, the difference is College of Idaho did not convert their chances to kick field goals. They were 2 for 4 on the day, kicking field goals, and that's really the separation here. Is that Rocky Mountain scored when they needed to. They weren't particularly efficient on the night. Nathan Dick does throw for almost 300 yards, but on 15 of 29 passing. But they did what they had to do to win. Looking at Faulkner, Southeastern, another upset. Faulkner comes up with several interceptions of Cooper Jones, who is just a few yards away from being Southeastern's all-time quarterback for passing yards. But the Fire come up short. They were in it throughout. Faulkner pulls away late. And I do wish John Cooper were here. He made you a promise that the NAIA against the FCS D2 and D3 would have a winning record. That was not the case. In one of the games that was a win for the NAIA, Indiana Wesleyan takes care of Valparaiso. Indiana Wesleyan just held on to the ball, converted their chances that they had, and held Valpo down. Just a fantastic game there, fun to watch. Let's talk about Midland Dordt. Man, Midland, we were told before the season that Midland was a team to watch. And despite a first game loss to Sterling, they come back. They're down 24-0 with 7-ish minutes left in the fourth quarter. Midland comes back, scores 25, comes back on Dordt. What an incredible game. They just got it done. 4 of 6 on fourth down, helped out a 7-22 on third down. And even though they threw 4 picks, they were able to stay on the field. And that got it done for Midland. Then in our last game here on our scorecard this week, we had Valley City State defeating Concordia Moorhead of D3, 35-32. Close game. Valley City State just more efficient on third and fourth down. Got it done there. The other thing I want to talk about real quick that I did not get to is congratulations to J.D. Woods of Baker. He breaks the NAIA all-time rushing touchdown mark. Congratulations, J.D. Woods. It's going to be the first of a couple of records he is in line to break this year, so cannot wait to see that happen. So let's take a look at our Players of the Week. We are still looking for a sponsor. If your company wants to sponsor this segment, let us know at NAIAFBALL. We'd love to talk and get your company on here. Just want to make sure that we are giving these kids the most value, the most bang for their buck here. Offensively, we're looking at Isaiah Wright. The Last Chance U alum from season 1 of that show goes off for 251 yards, 3 touchdowns in their win over Campbellsville. That's just a great performance there for Isaiah. Almost getting 3 bills. I was just floored when I saw that. Great game, Isaiah. Let's take a look on defense. We have Olivet Nazarene's Jason Freeman in a game of what was an incredible couple of defensive performances. We had a guy for the opposite team. The team leaves me right now. I'm trying to remember. Can't remember. Sorry, guys. Had 23 tackles. I remember the 23 tackles. I remember them 23 tackles. But Jason Freeman, 16 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 4 quarterback hurries. That's going to get it done. every single time. That's being a difference maker. Congratulations to both Isaiah and Jason for this week's nod in the Player of the Week.
Hi, this is Sal Avila from Valley City State, and you're listening to NAIAFBALL.
We have a new poll for you tonight. After a week off to look at folks and see how things are going, we have a new poll for you, and we'll start at the bottom here with Arizona Christian. Arizona Christian drops from 20 to 25 after that loss to Texas Wesleyan. They'll have their chance to bounce back, but for now, they're sitting at the bottom of the poll. Number 24, St. Xavier holds serve at 24, even after their loss to the University of Indianapolis. We'll see if they can bounce back this week at Siena Heights. In fact, that was the team that Olivet Nazarene played last week that I couldn't remember who it was. So there you go. Bounce back this week. Number 23 is Indiana Wesleyan, entering the poll after receiving votes last week and beating Valparaiso 28-10. They are now 2-0 after Trinity was forced to forfeit their game this week. So they will move to 2-0 without a contest. At number 22, we have Avila moving up one spot to number 22. Avila, they're dispatching Tabor 65-24. They will play at Ottawa this week. Good to see the boys in purple getting it done. Speaking of boys in purple, we have College of Idaho falling 6 spots to number 21 after their loss to Rocky Mountain. We'll see if they can bounce back against Southern Oregon. Frontier's tough. You never know. Let's move on into the top 20, where we have Ottawa of Arizona coming in at number 20. Uaz moves up 5 spots after their shellacking of Lions 76-10. They will play at Segu, who pulled out a close win against Louisiana College last week. So that'll be a good game at in Waxahachie, Texas. Number 19 is Roosevelt. Roosevelt drops back a spot after they win a squeaker versus Mayville State. They'll have a bye week just as they had last week. See what the Lakers have to offer. I'd like to see them bounce back after that squeaker against Mayville State. Number 18 is Benedictine, drops back a spot after a 1-1 showing over the last 2 weeks, including that loss against Grandview. They play Peru State this week, and we will see where they go there. Number 17 is Dordt. They fall back 2 spots after their last second loss against Midland 25-24. They will play at Hastings this week. And then I want to point out before I talk about Eastern Oregon, all these teams have been relatively close up to this point until we get between 16 and 17, where we have this 20-point swing here. I always like to look at these and see what you've got going on here. This is definitely something where the voters believe that there is a large gap here between 16 and above and 17 and below. And it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Eastern Oregon, one of the 2-2-0 teams in the Frontier, going to have to keep bringing it. Eastern Oregon comes up 5 spots. They play at Carroll. That's going to be a fun game to watch. At number 15, we have Kansas Wesleyan. Kansas Wesleyan moves up 4 spots after their 65-7 win at Friends. They play against Sterling at home, which should be a really nice game. Sterling, a 2-0 team as well. Not as well, because, Kansas Wesleyan's only 1-0. Sterling is a 2-0 team. We'll see how they do that. Kansas Wesleyan is definitely someone to watch out for. Number 14, St. Francis with the old triple bye. They are motionless in the poll because they haven't played a game yet. And they're not playing a game this week. We'll see them on the 18th. At number 13, we've got Georgetown. Georgetown moves up 3 spots with their win against Ave Maria, 42-10. They play at Weber this week. That'll be a interesting matchup to watch. And at number 12, Dickinson State, after going 1-1, drops back 2 spots. They lost to Black Hill State 30-24. They play Montana Western in an old Frontier Conference rematch. We will see how Dickinson State matches up against the old rival. At number 11 is Baker. They move up 1 spot after defeating McPherson. No, wait, that's Bethel. After defeating Culver Stockton and William Penn, they have a great matchup this week that we'll tell you about in a bit. Going to be a fun game to watch. As for our top 10, it starts with the Threshers of Bethel. They move up 1 spot after dispatching McPherson 24-0. They go and play Friends this week. At number 9, we have the Marion Knights. After they lose to Tiffin 34-10, they have a chance to bounce back at Madonna. We'll see what the Knights have to offer us this week. At number 8 is Olivet Nazarene. They move up 1 spot after their defeat of Siena Heights 20-17. The Gold Standard boys have a bye week this week. At number 7 is Concordia, with the Rare dropping back a spot after 2 byes and not playing a game yet. They drop back 1. They play at St. Ambrose. Really and truly, I think that it's less about Concordia and more about the fact that Reinhardt lost to an FCS school that generally plays really well. At number 6 there, they lose 35-25, had several chances to win the game. When you come that close against a powerhouse FCS team, you're probably going to get a little bit more love in the polls. They do so. They jump Concordia. We look at our top 5. Kaiser holds steady at number 5, exact same number of points as last week, with their win versus Cumberland 45-6. The Seahawks did not start Seahawk fast, going scoreless in the first quarter, but came back to win 45-6. Like I said, their game this week is definitely one of our what to watch for games. At number 4, holding steady, is Grandview. Also, same number of points there. They defeat Central Methodist 37-10 and Benedictine 41-20. Their matchup is also a what to watch for game. At number 3 is Northwestern. Solidifies their spot at number 3 after a win at Presentation 66-9 2 weeks ago and a win versus Hastings 45-7 this week. They play the upstart Midland team that defeated Dort last week. So we'll see how things are coming. Should be seeing Tyson Koima come back anytime in the next couple of weeks for Northwestern. Blake Fryer has acquitted himself nicely over the last couple of weeks. Number 2 is Morningside. Morningside got a win over Concordia, Nebraska, 63-7. They play at Doane next week. And at number 1 is Lindsey Wilson, who solidifies their spot at number 1, moving up 3 points in the polls and an additional first place vote. They beat Weber 58-7. Their game this week is a what to watch for game.
Hello, this is Billy Hall from Reinhardt University, and you are listening to NAIAFBALL.
Just as we said, here are our what to watch for games. We've got 3 of them for you this week. we've got Lindsey Wilson and Kaiser. I really want to see Kaiser start a little faster, which is a little odd because when we talked about this game 4-ish months ago, we said that Lindsey Wilson was the ones who needed to start fast. They did. They won the semifinal matchup. This week, it is Kaiser who needs to start fast. They went a whole quarter without scoring. Their first scoring drive was just inside of the second quarter, a 3-play, 65-yard drive that gave them a lead they would not give up. For Lindsey Wilson, you need to continue looking good. Cam Dukes looked good in his game against Weber, and so want to see what they look like. Second game to watch this week is Grandview and Baker. This is going to be a really good matchup. If you're Baker, this is where you need to really come out swinging. This is going to be a strength on strength. Grandview's strength is very much in stopping the run. Can the Vikings stop J.D. Woods? That's going to be the question this week for them. But the Baker defense isn't shabby. It's one of the top defenses in the NAIA, and they are going to have to stop the passing attack of Johnny Sullivan there for Grandview if they want to have a chance. Both of those games are going to be fun to watch. I will have those on my main screen. And our third main game to watch this week is going to be Eastern Oregon at Carroll. This would have been one of the other ones. Carroll was receiving votes last week, is no longer receiving votes, but that doesn't mean that they are not a dangerous squad. Eastern Oregon needs to watch out as they go over to Carroll. The other game that I really want to talk about is a receiving votes game, RV versus RV. You've got Evangel out of Nixa, Missouri, playing against Culver Stockton, two teams that I have a lot of respect for, and both teams that have something to prove. Can Evangel or Culver Stockton take advantage of this game and make a name for themselves and possibly make their way into the top 25? We'll have to see. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what we've got going on. Let's talk real quick and say a couple of quick thank yous to our Patreon supporters here. Just want to call them out. If you want to support us in what we do like these guys do, find your way over to patreon.com/NAIAFBALL, and a $1 per month donation gets your name on this screen. I want to have this font so small I can't even read it. So thank you to Ace Wellen, Cordell, Austin Steele, Jody Hoagland, Jerry Quickle, Alex Garcia, Eric Wingert, Nathan, Ronnie Atkinson, Fred Christensen, Shirley LaBella, Jeremy Vobble, Trisha Prescott, Roger Meyer, Dylan Swears, David, Bob Boone, Cliff Kreisel, Darren, Keith Leadham, Danielle Quinn, and DSU Cone. Thank you so much for what you do. It means the world to us to have people that support us like y'all do. It makes our life easier. It makes our reporting easier. And it lets us get to places like Durham, North Carolina come this fall or come this winter easier. And thank you, of course, to AdCraft, who powers our show, your custom apparel merch, and uniform experts. Like I said, if you want to get anything done in terms of apparel, they are the guys. They've made our NAIAFBALL polos that we wear to games. They made this shirt, and they can make your uniforms and your merch. I did get a comment here on the YouTube. We do keep an eye on that. Extreme Shorts, St. Thomas University to upset the Sun Conference. I said at the beginning of the year that I thought that St. Thomas was going to end up the number 2 team in the Sun. I still think that. They win against Florida Memorial in the battle for Miami Gardens. They are 2-0 after a forfeit against U-Pike as well. Look out for St. Thomas out of Miami Gardens. They are going to be a problem for the Sun. As always, if you want to ask a question, chat is always open on that live stream. So thank you for that. My camera just died on me, so we're going to flip over to that. So until next time, thank you so much. For John Cooper, I'm Cory Thorpe, and we will see y'all on the Twitter timeline.